Watching these two videos caused me to think of the many encounters I've had with people of other religions, of other faiths, and of other cultures. This life of mine has introduced me to so many people at a time when I was not particularly religious. And so at this time, with God forcing and pushing and prodding me in the direction of culture, I see the people that I met with regard to the two stories that we heard. With Muslims, I knew a man who was brought up Muslim. He was Indian, but he was brought up Muslim. And at one point, he joined the British Army and ended up becoming a Christian, which was an interesting thing to me. He explained that being Muslim was a way of life, and he grew up in it, and he had no choice in it. But he was very devout, as all of his family were, until he became a soldier for the British Army. And then he saw things a little differently. I don't know the story of how he became a Christian. He never really related it. But he did profess a faith and belief in Jesus Christ. The Buddhists that I've met have always been very calm and very relaxed. They practice their practices, their meditations, and as the monk related, they don't believe that Buddha is a creator of all things. He is merely a helper or a guide that allows the person, the individual, to seek more of themselves. It was very interesting to hear the monk speak about the gospel, about Jesus Christ and what he did in dying on the cross in atonement for our sin. I've never heard a Buddhist say that before, and it was interesting to me. Are there similarities? Yes, there are. Allah is believed to be the same God as that of Abraham. And we have this connection through Abraham, according to Muhammad, that Allah is coming from, and the Muslims come from the people of the line of Ishmael, from Abraham. And we extend from the same place, from Abraham's bosom. To say that he's the same God, I don't necessarily believe that. But that's not my call. My call is to live the faith that's given to me. And I believe we can do that with one another, whether we're Muslim, Buddhist, or whatever belief we have or faith we have, even if we're an atheist. I believe that if we can sit down and talk about people, talk about life, dialogue about the average everyday things, and come to an understanding of one another, then I believe that we can find common ground. We may not necessarily believe what the other believes, but we can live out our faith. We can live out what we believe. And that's our witness as Christians. That's what Jesus calls us to. I believe that when my wife and I went to the mosque here on one of our field trips, And we spoke with the Imam. He was very hospitable. He was very calm and understanding, very willing to explain the different aspects of the mosque itself, the way people practice their prayers, why the prayers are such, even about his own life, because I was more interested in him and the people there than I was about the practices. But he also had this feigned attitude of boredom and knowing that we weren't there to be converted. We were there to speak and to listen. And I don't think he was truly interested in that. He was more interested in, are you Muslim? Are you wanting to be Muslim? Now, if we can get past those things to where we can become people who are willing to listen to one another and to learn about one another, then I think we can come to a better understanding about one another. Thank you.